Hello, Lowell from Gamer Guides here, and this time around I'm going to show you where exactly to find the most sought after mints in Pokémon Legends Z-A's Lumio City. Mints, for those unaware, change the nature of your Pokémon. Natures themselves buff one stat by 10% and debuff one stat by 10%, though there's a few natures that do nothing. These stat changes are depicted by the red and blue arrows in a Pokémon's summary, where you can also view their current nature. For the most part, during the story, you're going to want your Pokémon doing as much damage as possible. So you'll want an Adamant mint for a physical attacker like Honedge, and a Modest mint for a special attacker like Ghastly. You might also use a mixed attacker like Lucario, but even then I recommend leading into one stat and attack type over the other. You can check a move's damage type by checking the icon in a move's description. This pointy shape means it's physical, while these circles denote a special attack. If you catch a Honedge like I did, you don't want a nature like Modest on it that will buff its special attack and decrease its regular attack because Honedge has a much higher attack stat, so you'll want to purchase an Adamant mint at the first opportunity. You can see here my Honedge has a nature that buffs its attack already but lowers its defense. We don't want that. Since we won't use special attacks with Honedge, it's great to use an Adamant mint on it. Once you get into online battles, EV spreads, and Trick Room teams, you might want a different kind of mint. Anyway, mints cost a hefty 20,000 Pokédollars and are sold by stalls that look like they're selling flowers, but not every one of these stalls sells every mint. However, new wild areas cropping up will overtake some of these stalls, meaning you'll have to look elsewhere for specific mints. If you want to see all mint seller locations, head on over to the amazing interactive map our team put together over at GamerGuides.com proper. I'll put a link down in the description. There's one convenient location where you can find both mints, however. This is directly west of Wild Zone 3 in the Rouge district, which you'll visit pretty early on in the story. Looping around the complex of buildings, you'll find a somewhat hidden entrance to a small market with a bunch of stalls. 4 of them sell mints, and you'll find Adamant and Modest mints here as well as every other type. While changing your Pokemon's nature isn't imperative for finishing Pokémon Legends Z-A, you want to grab mints for the Pokemon on your team as soon as possible to take down those ultra difficult Alpha Pokemon and make your way to rank A. They do make a difference. Anyway, that's all you need to know for Adamant and Modest mints in Pokémon Legends Z-A. If you enjoyed this little video, be sure to like and subscribe so we can continue on our quest to fulfill all your gaming needs here at Gamer Guides.